story begins with a man on a train, nervously traveling. He runs into trouble when a group from his past catches up to him, covering the area in fog. The man fights skillfully but is outnumbered. Despite his quick reflexes, he eventually gets caught and killed by the villainous man. Meanwhile, farmer Joe Logan enjoys time with his family on his farm. They joke around and Joe works on his motorbike. They hear about the man's death on the news, worrying Sarah Logan. She fears it might be related to the Oni, but Joe assures her they are safe. Sarah is terrified of someone named the Harbinger, but Joe reassures her. They take precautions to hide their identities. They enjoy a happy family life, with Joe trying to be a good dad. On Kyle Logan's birthday, they have a barbecue and celebrate. Kyle receives gifts from Joe, including a video game and a helmet he prefers over a scary mask. Later that night, attackers come, and Joe fights them off, but he's outnumbered. He hears his family in danger and rushes to help. Despite being injured, he fights to reach them, but finds them dead. He confronts the attackers, but is too weak to continue. The attackers flee when they hear sirens, and Joe collapses. He wakes up in the hospital, grieving for his family. Mike Morris and Emma Samanda from the FBI approach him for help with their investigation, sensing his anger. As Emma watches from the rooftop, Joe recalls his final moments with his family, overcome with fury at their deaths. Fueled by anger, he stabs himself with a metal needle, triggering a strange transformation. Suddenly, assassins attack, but Joe fights back fiercely, displaying incredible strength and skills. Using his newfound abilities, Joe defeats many assailants, leaving Emma bewildered. Ignited by rage, Joe continues battling through more attackers, eventually triumphing even as more assailants confront him. Meanwhile, Mike witnesses the intense fight and is shocked by Joe's abilities. Joe confronts the leader, engaging in a tough battle. Despite being trapped momentarily, Joe breaks free and overwhelms his opponent with his shadowy powers, ultimately defeating him. Joe discovers a hidden box at home, containing mementos of happier times with his family. Overwhelmed by grief and anger, he sets fire to the house, watching his past life burn. Wearing a mask amidst the flames, Joe's rage remains unabated, signaling his enduring fury. The story continues with the family keeping a secret method safe, but they cannot tell anyone about it, no matter what. They are devoted to Japan but leave because of increasing terrorist attacks, saying it is for Japan's future. Anyone who disagrees, they get rid of. Then we see a man finding his dead wife, but his son Higan is still alive. But it is just a dream of our main character, a grieving widower who wants revenge. He catches a gross ninja he defeated before and hangs him upside down, but then he faints. An old guy talks to him like he is Higan, asking why he is not using his disguise. Higan says the disguise is not working, surprising the old guy who usually sees him beat up. The old guy warns against using a special technique because it is really dangerous. The doctor examines Higan's wound, surprised by his survival and suspecting outside help. He advises Higan to rest for several days. Determined for revenge, Higan awakens and confronts the bad ninja, fueled by vengeance. Despite the ninja's resistance, Higan perseveres until he defeats him. Meanwhile, Mike's superior removes him from Joe's case, frustrating and puzzling him. Emma's cryptic remarks about Joe's family raises suspicion, hinting at a deeper plot. As she alludes to their fake identities, Higan's true identity as Joe becomes apparent. Higan, concerned about a mysterious gift, raced on his old motorbike to find those responsible for hurting his family. Despite searching everywhere, he found no clues. At a bar, he witnessed corrupt police officers. Ignoring their demands, Higan swiftly incapacitated them with his martial arts skills, causing chaos. He called Mike for help. Simultaneously, Mike reprimanded Emma for neglecting her work for virtual reality. Learning about Higan's situation, Mike asked Emma to locate him. They agreed to meet at a Chinese restaurant. Meanwhile, Higan encountered Oza advertisements on his way. At the restaurant, he surprised Mike, who demanded proof of his identity. Higan only provided Mike's own business card, frustrating him. Oza delivery men interrupted, but Higan dealt with them effortlessly. Mike inquired about the hospital incident, interrupted by armed attackers. Higan defeated them using his shadow powers, revealing his ninja identity to Mike. As gunfire erupted, they fled to the roof, suspecting Oz's involvement. Meanwhile, elsewhere, a person named Zai revealed Higan's survival to others. In a gloomy setting, a group fixated on peculiar dreams amid their enthusiasm over a poor replica of a famous statue. A plea for help went unanswered, leading to a brutal attack, resulting in a car crash and fire. Meanwhile, a peculiar individual licks his cell phone, pondering about Higan in a photo. In a secret base, we see a ninja talking with Master Yamaji, expressing boredom with his job. Conversing with Master Yamaji, he advocated for abandoning old traditions, but Yamaji emphasized eliminating those who deviated from the norm to protect secrets. Higan, a formidable ninja, defied death using forbidden techniques, prompting plans for punishment. Simultaneously, the mysterious Angel of Death sought vengeance on corrupt ninjas. At the FBI, Mike was frustrated with diverting focus from a financial crime investigation. Despite retirement offers, Mike remained adamant about combating wrongdoing. Suspicious of gifts, including a fishing rod, curiosity arose. Meeting Higan in a somber locale, Mike reminisced about his lost family. They discussed a unique weapon linked to a specific company, causing FBI apprehension due to the assailants' ties. Despite the danger, Mike vowed to continue fighting, and Higan remained resolute in seeking justice for his family. Their conversation was interrupted by Higan's unexpected gift to Mike, leading to an unexpected alliance. The widower's preference for an energy drink over sake hinted at his unique tastes. Mike scolded Emma for tardiness, sparking banter about his vintage car. Surprised by Higan's knowledge of her car, Emma invited him to see her new one, equipped with Auza tech info. Rumors about Auza's involvement in journalist deaths and dubious dealings fueled suspicion. Meanwhile, Auza's boss envisioned the company's dominance through power reactor technology. Master Yamaji disapproved of Auza's experiments on elderly ninjas. Emma suggested visiting Auza City for insights, causing chaos with her car. Amidst the chaos, a ninja attacked, but Higan's skill prevailed. Higan defeated the ninja with moves inspired by One Piece. He retrieved a device from the ninja, activating it and catching the attention of a sinister figure nearby. Finding Mike and Emma unconscious, Higan discovered the mysterious caller wanting to converse. The mysterious person ensured secrecy during their conversation with Higan, hinting at assistance. They discussed the tight security at Auza City, proposing a meetup. Meanwhile, Mike woke to find a drawing of his daughter, feeling remorse for neglecting family time. Higan arrived offering aid from an undisclosed source. Mike hesitated, but Emma highlighted Auza City's security vulnerabilities, sparking hope. At Auza's main office, the boss strategized with ninjas, anticipating Higan's arrival for intel on his secret techniques. Yamaji instructed Zai on a different approach to draw out Higan's skills. Higan rode helmetless, lost in memories of his past. The ninja followed rules that said they had to not share their feelings with each other and put the mission before their own safety. Higan, Zai, and Mari got their names and special moves, making them the famous trio of light version ninjas. Yamaji was proud of them, but Higan reminded everyone that they had to keep their special moves secret. They became close friends and promised to always work together. During their missions, they did their jobs quickly, but Mari got hurt because she was not paying attention. Higan broke the rules to help her and made sure she was okay. Even though they did something against the rules, they became even closer, and they had a special moment together until Zai showed up. Zai was mad at Higan for something he did before. Meanwhile, Mike and Emma went to meet Jason Cardenas, who was in charge of a secret online group. At the same time, Higan talked with a secret source and found out that Auza City had really strict security. They had sensors and a strong shield, so they had to sneak in from underground. Higan moved quietly through the building, but set off an alarm by accident. He fought with the guards, but beat them. As Higan got close to the shield, Zai stopped him, showing they had a history together. Higan confronts Zai, accusing him of involvement in Mari's death on Yamaji's orders. Zai warns Higan of his impending demise due to his defiance against the ninja organization. Meanwhile, Mike discovers the address of a former Auza researcher in a decrepit house. Uncertain of the researcher's credibility, he consults Emma, who suggests the researcher might still provide valuable information. Mike enters and meets Jason Cardenas, inebriated and wary of Auza's pursuit. At Auza City, a system error allows Higan to breach the barrier, signaling potential insider aid. The CEO anticipates Higan's arrival, indifferent to collateral damage. A covert source alerts Higan of the organization's trap. In Jason's residence, Mike attempts to extract information diplomatically. Jason fears Auza's retaliation and reveals suspicions of the company's misconduct. Meanwhile, Higan encounters a group of ninjas in the city's shadows, gearing up for a perilous skirmish. In their makeshift office, Mike and Jason attempt to hack Auza's servers, uncovering a file named Bound containing Emma's name, raising suspicions. As the alarm sounds, they flee, evading mercenaries with a clever ruse. Higan combats Auza's mercenaries skillfully, utilizing smoke bombs and demonstrating his prowess in battle. Back on the road, Mike and Jason flee from pursuing mercenaries. Jason maneuvers deftly, evading their attackers. Spotting a truck, Jason seizes the chance, crashing into it to disable one enemy car. Mike directs Jason to slow down and take cover behind him. A shot through the window forces the car to crash. Meanwhile, Higan encounters two security guards who flee, realizing they are outmatched. Higan boards an elevator, reflecting on his family as he ascends. Encircled by colossal robots, he impresses the Auza executives observing from afar. Yamaji surveils from a helicopter, becoming a target for Higan's failed assault. Higan struggles against the ninja's armor and resorts to a risky move, risking his life. Amidst chaos, Dilly attacks Higan, prompting a fierce struggle. Despite the odds, Higan fights on, using smoke grenades and quick strikes. However, the ninja's armor proves formidable, leading Higan to contemplate his fate. As Zai moves to finish Higan, a mysterious pink-clad ninja intervenes, saving him. She disables the ninja's armor and rescues Higan. Meanwhile, Jason assists the injured Mike to safety. Higan reflects on the situation, disappointed by his failure to exact revenge. After Higan's escape, Zai and another organization member are surprised by the girl's intervention, but a small ninja advises them to stay calm as they are already pursuing him. Meanwhile, a cryptic message spreads in the city about Higan leaving the organization's stronghold. Higan undergoes treatment in a water tank with advanced technology, attended by Emma, who discloses her mission from the organization's boss to investigate Higan's resurrection. She apologizes for her FBI cover and warns him about the organization's powerful suits. However, she offers hope with a special mask. Meanwhile, Yamaji receives reports of a missing supersuit prototype, but remains unconcerned. Emma struggles to assemble the Kamui suit due to missing components. Mike wakes from a coma and decides to stick with Emma to uncover the organization's plans. Despite the danger, Emma resolves to continue her efforts. Higan recalls his family's tragic fate and finds strength in his girlfriend's advice. Meanwhile, Yamaji learns of a location with unusual energy usage, hinting at a significant secret device. The organization decides to investigate further to stop their target. Emma talks about the new ninja suit, Kamui, which connects to the wearer's mind for better fighting. It puts the wearer into a deep sleep, making them unaware of their surroundings. Emma reveals she saved Higan when his family was killed. An alarm goes off, and members of the organization show up, causing chaos. Emma ends up in a truck, facing off against a dwarf ninja. Meanwhile, Mike looks for Emma with Jason's help. They need a computer and remember where to find one. In the fight, Emma uses her skills to call for help, but faces the dwarf ninja alone. Higan is put to sleep for surgery and receives a message from Emma about Mari saving her in the past. The surgery finishes and Higan emerges wearing the Kamui suit as the city goes dark. The group observes Higan in street videos, eager to confront him over his new appearance. Higan defeats the young leader in a fierce battle, enhancing his suit's strength. Joseph wants Higan's suit data. Yamaji pushes to accelerate their plan. Higan and Emma decide to temporarily halt the organization. Zai gains freedom to pursue Higan. Higan's interest in Emma prompts a rebuke, leading to a conversation about their situation. Emma has a strict rule against dating married or parent men, alive or dead. She recalls Marie as her hero, especially during her early days as a ninja. Marie saved Emma during a mission, revealing her mentorship. Emma, Mari, Higan, and Zai were top members, potentially vying for leadership. Mari discovered Emma's disfigured face story, leading to a bond. Mari shared a secret art with Emma, but worried about attachments. As ninja secrets leaked, Emma taught outsiders, fearing for the organization's future. Mari's pregnancy led her and Higan to plan leaving the organization. Higan questioned his parenting abilities as a lifelong ninja, but relied on Mari's support. Tensions escalated when Yamaji announced plans for the organization to operate outside Japan. Some leaders opposed, seeing it as betrayal to their country. They prepared to confront Yamaji, but he effortlessly killed 2 dissenting leaders, revealing his true power. Some ninjas opposed Yamaji's methods, opting to leave the organization to uphold ninja values, despite facing social ostracism. Mari aids fleeing ninjas with face-changing technology. Emma confronts Mari, tasked with assessing her leadership. Emma insists Mari return to being a ninja and leave her child. They fight, with Emma holding a knife to Marie's throat. Marie, conflicted, decides against self-harm, realizing Emma's importance. They reconcile, and Mari learns Emma plans to stay and monitor the organization, aware of Yamaji's scheme. A revolutionary reactor system promises abundant, eco-friendly energy, but faces opposition from influential figures fearing power shifts. Joseph rallies support to accelerate reactor production, denying bribery accusations. The energy secretary relents under Joseph's persuasion. Emma reveals Yamaji's plan to exploit ninja forces for global domination. Disillusioned, she joins Higan to thwart Yamaji's scheme. Mike informs Jason, who, now a target, agrees to help, seeking safety from Mike. Emma's covert activity shocks Jason, highlighting her dual role. In Oza City, Emma and Higan disable power to bypass checkpoints, evading pursuit. Uncertain of Yamaji's whereabouts, they plan to upgrade Higan's gear at an unfinished power plant. Emma warns Higan to stay focused during their encounter with other lieutenants. Higan struggles with anger over his lost family, while Emma enhances his gear, driven by a desire to protect him. During a test, Dilly's suit overwhelms soldiers, impressing Joseph. At the power plant, Emma acquires an energy tank but faces an attack from Big D. Higan intervenes, leading to a one-on-one duel with Big D. Emma aids Higan by disrupting Big D's suit and creating a distraction. Despite their suits losing power, Higan saves Emma as the building collapses. They face Big D's potential backup as the situation grows dire. Higan refrains from unfair fights, opting to confront adversaries fairly later. They escape unharmed. Higan tends to Emma's injuries, questioning her motives for protecting him. Emma mentions fulfilling Mari's wish, but has her own reasons. An alert about Mike and Jason's hijacked computer car interrupts them. Despite risking Mike's FBI career, he prioritizes public safety. Jason struggles with the car's encryption, impressed by Emma's expertise. Mike reminisces about Emma's past as an FBI agent and their bond. Emma reunites with Mike and Jason. During a confrontation, Jason throws firecrackers, but Higan remains composed. They realize there is no danger and discuss the situation. Mike learns about Emma's FBI past but understands her reasons. Mike accidentally falls into the firecrackers but forgives Emma, prioritizing safety. They reconcile and investigate evidence against Oza's energy control plan. Meanwhile, Joseph struggles with managing Higan and Emma's situation. He vows to handle it, but doubts his ability to maintain control. Emma and Higan plan to shut down active power plants for energy, while Mike and Jason continue investigating, risking exposure of ninja activities. Joseph is enraged by Big D's failure to capture Higan and threatens to sever ties with Yamaji if the ninja are not controlled. Yamaji disagrees with Joseph's approach, asserting ninjas' duty to eliminate threats like Joseph. As tensions rise, Zai prepares for action. Meanwhile, Emma emphasizes the importance of the honor circuit in USU gear to Higan, urging caution. Higan suggests Emma prioritize her safety, prompting Emma's irritation at male bravado. Despite their differences, they bond over a meal, reflecting on the concept of family. However, they discover a tracking device on their truck, signaling potential danger. The energy secretary demands answers about a power plant explosion, prompting Joseph's frustration. Dilly reveals Big D's absence due to a haircut, infuriating Joseph further. Big D ignores calls as he tracks Higan independently. Dilly offers to rectify the situation for Joseph. Zai questions Joseph's presence, but researchers claim he's checking on Big D's progress. Meanwhile, Mike entrusts Higan with Emma's safety as they split up. Emma and Jason search for incriminating evidence in Oz's server. Big D returns pleased with his haircut, just as Emma and the team face a confrontation. Higan and Big D engage in combat, interrupted by Joseph's men. Joseph shoots at Emma's car, prompting defensive action. Mike fights back while Jason continues hacking. Emma arrives to aid Higan, eliminating some enemies. Oz's security detects Jason's hacking, but he retrieves what he needs. During a confrontation, Mike is targeted but unharmed. Higan prioritizes dismantling the organization over protecting Emma, who displays impressive skills alongside Mike. Higan defeats Big D in combat, revealing Joseph's treachery. Big D sacrifices himself to shield Higan from a rigged explosion, injuring Emma. Mike comforts Emma, vowing to dismantle the organization in her honor. Emma reveals her true appearance to Mike before passing away. The group mourns Emma's loss, with Mike promising to end the fight for good. Meanwhile, Zai completes his new gear. Zai's traumatic past as a child prisoner changed when Yamaji, after defeating his captors, offered him strength and tutelage. Zai, initially seeking revenge, became Yamaji's student. Now, equipped with new powers, he prepares to don his suit. Elsewhere, Mike shares a moment of levity with Higan amid mourning Emma's passing. They pledge to end the organization's reign, with Higan targeting Yamaji and Mike confronting Ozza. Emma's death spurs Mike to utilize evidence she gathered against the corrupt leaders. However, encrypted data poses a challenge, and news falsely implicates their group in power plant attacks orchestrated by Joseph. Yamaji reveals plans to replicate their suits, while Ozza's control of the media threatens their strategy. Amidst brainstorming, a crow delivers a challenge to a duel, interrupting their planning. Over time, Zai's anger became evident, especially in training where he relentlessly defeated opponents. Higan advocated for inclusion, but Zai believed only the strong should fight. Mari proposed a fight to settle their dispute, resulting in a draw. Zai's training intensified, and Mari noticed his affinity for crows, earning him the nickname the Reaper. Surprised by Zai's concern for Higan, Marie recognized their unique bond. They passed a test together, earning a mission to become real ninjas. Amidst the mission, Zai faced overwhelming odds alone until Higan and Mari intervened. Despite initial resentment, they realized their collective strength. Zai opened up about his past abandonment, finding solace in the companionship of crows. Higan and Mary pledged to work together, but tensions rose when they announced their departure from the organization, triggering Zai's fury over their broken promise and Mari's pregnancy. Threatening them, Zai forced their exit, prompting Higan's return to their former hideout. Jason regretted the confrontation with Zai, while Lin believed it necessary for Higan's growth. Meanwhile, Mike disclosed Emma's death to his former FBI superior, urging action against Ozza with evidence she'd gathered. However, his ex-boss betrayed him, alerting the FBI to Mike's whereabouts. In a fierce battle, Higan faced off against Zai, both wearing advanced gear. Despite Higan's efforts, Zai proved resilient, leading to a destructive clash where they both sought to rid themselves of their burdens. Zai receives orders to eliminate treacherous shinobi, convinced Higan and Mari will receive similar orders. Despite their alliance, Zai remains steadfast in his duty, aiming to become a powerful shinobi by removing any obstacles. Leaving Higan and Mari saddened yet hopeful for his understanding, they engage in a serious bare-handed fight. Their clash intensifies as they exchange powerful blows, with Zai unleashing his secret move, Thunder, striking Higan swiftly and forcefully. During their clash, Higan employs his silence technique, landing precise blows on Zai. Zai retaliates with his sword, leading to both being thrown back, revealing Zai's burnt face as his mask falls off. Furious for being punished despite knowing Higan and Mari's plan, Zai blames Higan for breaking the ninja code. However, Higan defends their departure as protection of what's dear to them. Despite their sorrow over not being accepted, Zai's anger intensifies for their deception. Higan reassures their friendship, but Zai's fury escalates, landing a harder blow. Suddenly, a tattoo appears on Higan's back, halting Zai. Higan suggests they travel together, unwavering in his shinobi beliefs. Zai, stunned, realizes his misunderstanding, staggered by Higan's punch. Higan conveys Mari's message, hoping for forgiveness, as Zai collapses, and Higan promises further discussion. Jason struggles to unlock Emma's encrypted data, frustrated by his inability to crack it without her fingerprint. Mike arrives, warning of escalating troubles and the imminent arrival of the police. Tensions rise as they argue, both blaming each other for their predicament. Amidst the tension, Mike recalls significant moments involving Emma's drawing and Joseph's betrayal captured on CCTV. Joseph's attempt to attack Yamaji's stronghold ends in devastation when a bomb wipes out his forces. Yamaji's subsequent call rattles Joseph, who prepares for a confrontation, only to be confronted by Yamaji and his troops. In a desperate bid to escape, Joseph is aided by Dilly, who valiantly fights off Yamaji's forces. Meanwhile, Mike and Jason are pursued by the police, leading to Mike's surrender. However, Jason manages to unlock Emma's data using her fingerprint from the drawing. Amidst these events, Zai contemplates Yamaji's orders to eliminate his former allies, Higan and Mari, finding solace in their vision for the future despite his lingering anger and sadness. Higan encounters Kagari nearby, but refuses to provide physical assistance, prioritizing Kagari's emotional well-being. Kagari reveals knowledge of Higan's intense battle with Zai, surprising him. Kagari's form transforms into Klen, an elder, who elaborates on the organization's origins elsewhere. Meanwhile, Big D defeats ninjas with formidable unarmed combat skills, confronting Master Yamaji. Despite Big D's destructive prowess, Yamaji remains unscathed, leaving Joseph dismayed as his palace is destroyed. Previously, Dilly valued Joseph's kindness, but now Joseph seeks Dilly's opinion on a council proposal, urging him to think independently for a better world. Dilly, initially surprised by Joseph's message, ultimately believes in Joseph's ability to improve the world. However, Yamaji dismisses Dilly's faith, asserting Shinobi's dominance. Big D defends Joseph's ideals, leading to a confrontation in which Yamaji easily overpowers Dilly with his formidable Mikado suit, leaving Joseph despondent. Higan questions why Kagari, an elder, consistently aids him, given Higan's status as a banished ninja. Feeling conflicted for violating shinobi ethics, Kagari explains the stagnation caused by the ninja code over the centuries. Despite modernization, the code persists, suppressing rival syndicates. Yamaji rejects tradition, aiming for conquest without shinobi skills. Elder Klen, disguised as Kagari, observes the organization's dynamics, noting Mari and Higan's forbidden bond. Kagari warns them of the consequences, foreseeing tragedy if they break the code. Despite Mari's defiance, Kagari prioritizes peace over Yamaji's strict rule, resulting in his swift demise by Yamaji's hand. Yamaji sacrifices emotions for immense power, saddening Kagari, who feels he failed to guide the shinobi to a better future. Higan encounters Kagari, now aged and lacking ninja skills. Kagari urges Higan to defeat Yamaji, but Higan refuses to fight for the shinobi, instead fighting for his loved ones. Meanwhile, Edward confronts Mike about Emma's FBI data, but Mike refuses, fearing its destruction. Edward struggles with the complexity of the situation. Leaked data implicates FBI superiors. Shocking Edward, they decide to settle the dispute physically. Joseph faces FBI detention but plans widespread destruction with Auza's reactors. Mike and Edward reconcile, theorizing about Joseph's actions. Meanwhile, Yamaji commands a robotic army, envisioning a world ruled by ninjas. Higan confronts Yamaji, ready for battle as Yamaji's menacing eye opens. Currently, shinobi forces have reportedly seized control of the Pentagon and the White House. Edward has secured control of the Auza reactors, averting a catastrophe. He urges Mike to focus on capturing Joseph while the FBI gathers information. Edward apologizes to Mike and promises a celebratory meal after the case. Jason informs Mike that Joseph is hiding in the Auza hotel with a potential escape route. Meanwhile, at the White House, it is revealed that Yamaji has established a shinobi base, enabling attacks at will. Yamaji seeks global peace through shinobi rule, aiming to eliminate conflicts based on differences. The Prime Minister questions Yamaji's definition of peace, as it contradicts common beliefs. Yamaji claims mastery over Auza's tech and monitors Joseph's movements. As they plan Joseph's elimination, their focus shifts to Higan, battling ninja robots while riding his motorcycle. Edward informs Mike of Joseph's route north on the toll road. Rushing there, Mike receives FBI backup. Meanwhile, Jason manipulates satellites. Joseph aims to escape via aircraft from a pig farm, but Mike intervenes, causing chaos. Mike confronts Joseph, who tries to detonate the reactor but fails due to satellite disruption. Mike attacks Joseph in anger, fueled by Emma's sacrifice. Higan defeats robotic forces and confronts Yamaji, aiming to end the cycle of tragedy. Yamaji insists on ninja-led peace, but Higan disagrees, leading to an inevitable clash. Despite Higan's efforts, Yamaji gains the upper hand, and Zai joins, tilting the fight in Yamaji's favor. Higan tries a special technique, but is overwhelmed, experiencing memories from his past. Zai feels betrayed by Higan's broken promise. Higan recalls memories of Mari and their child's brutal death, feeling immense guilt. Meanwhile, Yamaji extols the shinobi's future despite betrayals. Zai unexpectedly saves Higan but loses his arm to Yamaji. Yamaji absorbs reactor energy, overpowering Higan, who gains resolve from Mari's words. Higan's kukri changes and he unveils a new lightning technique, surprising even Yamaji. Higan defeats Yamaji, causing a power shutdown. Meanwhile, an unknown ninja defeats Yamaji's robots. Joseph is apprehended but spared by Mike. Higan convinces Zai to embrace a new path. Higan sets out on a journey, leaving his kukri behind, and the story ends here.